Welcome, Cancers, to your July monthly video. I'm alignedsoultarot, and welcome to your birthday month. I am so grateful to be able to provide you with some loving birthday messages. There is so much Cancerian energy swirling about. We actually started feeling it in June, right? When your season began, but not only that, your season came in with a bang. We had that solar eclipse at the end of June in your sign, as well as a new moon in Cancer. So I bet that you are all feeling it. And you could be feeling it on two ends of the spectrum, maybe feeling a bit overwhelmed, a little bit racy. This is a lot of new energy that's coming in, and it's been in your sign. So it can be a lot to take in, but you can also be on the other side of it where you just feel really liberated, and it's very freeing in a sense. And you can almost feel both of them simultaneously. So wherever you fall on that spectrum, I hope that this general monthly reading will provide some clarity, some insight for you on your spiritual journey. So welcome. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for Cancer. Cross watchers, you are always welcome. In the pre-shuffle here, we have some lovely cards. And then I will be pulling from the tarot to wrap up your reading. So to kind of go over the general overlying messages for you, like I said, we had that new moon in Cancer, solar eclipse in Cancer, and you're going to be feeling the eclipses more than any other sign. We're in this eclipse season, right? We're going to be feeling another eclipse in the beginning of July, 4th and 5th. And it's in your opposite sign, Capricorn. So you still are going to be feeling that energy because it is your opposite, and you do share a lot of energy with your opposite sign. So just be prepared for that. Whenever you find this reading, just know that the messages will find you and resonate with you if this is your story, right? So yes, back in June, there was a lot around your sixth house with work, with work, health, self-improvement. And I think you're wrapping up a lot of that with this eclipse season, coming to terms with some potential career developments, health issues, anything having to do with sixth house. And just so you know, it's going to be lightening up the end of June and coming into July. We have Mars going into Aries, which is highlighting your 10th house, which is going to be in your 10th house for 6 months. So July through August is going to be this huge momentum forward for you. You're going to actually feel a lot of push in your 10th house of career, your professional life, how you show up as a role model in the world. So you'll be having a lot more confidence in the months of July and August because again, there's all this energy buzzing in the month of July. It's your month. But then again, you have that, Mars and Aries hitting your 10th house. So I feel like any sort of confusion, any sort of muckiness that you've been feeling in the past couple months, as many of us have on a global level, on our personal lives, and just, in society, right? Things are going to be kind of coming to light. And I feel that for most of my July monthlies for each zodiac, we're all kind of reaching like the end of this retrograde and all these eclipses. Like there's going to be a lot of clarity come the end of August to September, once a lot of these planets go direct again. But just so you know, as I was mentioning the Mars and Aries, right? The reason why I really think July and August is really important for you to have that momentum, which I think you will, is because Mars will go retrograde during those 6 months in Aries. So there might be a time come September, October, where things might take a step back. So just really be mindful of that and make sure that you're kind of ahead of the game a bit and you push forward to get yourself in a good place come fall, okay? But with any retrograde, it serves you, right? So don't take it as like, oh my God, I have to do all this before then. Just be mindful, be aware. You know, if things come up around fall, maybe you'll recall this reading and you'll be like, wow, this is where I saw improvement, or where I'm seeking improvement. Like, that's what retrogrades teach us. So just know that. And you not only have all this buzzing energy with the eclipse, the new moon, it's your season, you have Mercury retrograde in Cancer. So there's this polarity with all the signs, but especially for you, of like this push and pull. But just know that I'm sensing for you in July and August that you're going to be coming to a lot of clarity. July 12th, that Mercury retrograde will be coming back direct. So mid-month, maybe some muckiness around communication. You'll be gaining more momentum, more clarity, more insight, more energy. Just be prepared for that, okay? But all of this is serving you. It's divine intervention. And it's beautiful that we have all this Cancerian energy surrounding us, because I think it's allowing us to tap into our hearts. And for most of my readings, I've been getting a lot of that heart chakra healing. The whole globe, like, we all need that. We all need to open our hearts, and Cancers are really good at that nurturing, loving touch. So I respect and honor you and the energy that you bring forth to the table, and just know that you are loved and you deserve love. So Cancer energy is just kind of buzzing around, and to stay grounded, right? And know that any confusion that you might be feeling or sensing, it's just kind of rewiring you is what I'm getting. It's allowing you to see things from a new perspective. You may be dealing with a fire sign here, so we're going to kind of look at the cards here. Fire came up for you in the Zodiac Oracle. Aries, Leo, Sag. We also have Uranus and Neptune. So Uranus, this is all about evolution, facing our fears. It's now in Taurus. And this card is really about expansiveness. This is Aquarius' ruling planet. So it's all about like kind of humanitarian, equal rights, looking at the whole big picture, the collective. So this kind of what you might be focusing on is like I said, that Cancerian energy, that emotional tapping into our hearts. You know, you're really being very expansive during this time, and having a lot of awareness around not only your life, but other people's lives, and how you can impact their lives. So you got that Uranus energy, and then Neptune here went retrograde actually, and this came up for you. This went retrograde end of June 23rd. So like I said, there's this polarity, right? And Neptune going retrograde, it can create some like disillusionment, a little bit of fogginess, illusions coming up. But like I said, any sort of planet that goes retrograde, it's here to serve us. It's not meant to be like evil or malicious. It's just honestly the universe stepping in, like divine intervention, showing us what kind of illusions are we creating, right? So right now you might be realizing and coming to terms with some of lies that you might have sold yourself out of, you know, you were functioning out of the ego, you know, security. Cancers, they crave security, but if it doesn't come from a healthy place, and you're creating security and comfort from fear or a lack story that you sold yourself, Neptune retrograde is kind of highlighting some of these illusions and ways that you've maybe portrayed yourself to the world, kind of taking that mask off and opening our heart, right? And showing your emotions, being receptive to people's emotions. So yes, Neptune is really helping us erase those illusions and come to terms with reality, okay? And when it does go retrograde, it can be a bit much to have to face that, right? But once it goes direct again, we have so much more awareness, right? It comes with this practicality, like, oh my goodness, thank you for showing me what I wasn't seeing. I was perceiving it this way, but I was perceiving it through rose-colored glasses, you know, kind of through a different lens. And now I'm coming out of this seeing life from a whole new perspective. And I think this fire energy, the Mars, this is that Mars in Aries. This is kind of what's fueling you to give you that awareness, especially around career. So maybe you were feeling a little bit challenged and perplexed, like, what do I want to do in my career? Like, where is this going? Where am I heading? Like, there's so many questions, so many unknowns, right? Neptune in retrograde can make you feel that way, but you have to look at it from a bigger perspective, kind of like opening your mind, being aware, and fueling your path ahead, right? With that Mars highlighting your 10th house, it's lighting that fire within you. So July and August, like I said, you're going to be opening up, becoming more expansive, okay? There are new beginnings on the horizons for you with this beginnings card showing up here. With new beginnings, there may be some endings. Like I said, some ways of thinking, you're no longer seeing them that way, and you are opening up. You're connecting to spirit through your crown chakra. This could also be emphasizing where there needs to be some work and healing. And I always provide in my description box below a chakra assessment quiz, and also a channel which has a bunch of guided meditations for each chakra. So when a chakra card shows up in a reading, I do assist you in, you know, maybe going a bit deeper, maybe doing some guided meditation work around your crown, but that's up to you, wherever you feel called. But this is the direct line to spirit. So this may help you in meditation and clearing your crown chakra to rid of any sort of fogginess that a Neptune in retrograde has brought into you, and help you kind of come out of this illusionment and understand where your path ahead leads to, especially around your career. And also Spirit's asking you to stay present, right? Because the Uranus energy, like I said, is very expansive and open, looking at the big picture. But we also have to stay with that awareness of the big picture. We do have to stay present and take things day by day and do what we can to get ourselves where we want to be, right? If we look too far ahead, it can create anxiety, because there might be some things that are just too far out of reach for you at this time, dear Cancer. And even though you might have all these big dreams and this big expansion, especially with all this eclipse energy that we just felt at the beginning of July and end of June, it's bringing up so much energy for you and so many new ideas, but just try to stay present in them. You can always keep a log of how you're feeling, but you have to also take baby steps and move through spirit is what I'm getting for you. Move with spirit is what I'm getting for you. So if you are feeling like you're having anxiety or a bit confused, too many thoughts, too many ideas, you know, one way to stay present is to meditate and ask spirit for guidance, for assistance. Okay. In my Dreams of Gaia deck, we did have 2 kings show up here. So you might be dealing with a fire sign, a water or air sign. If you are feminine and you're dealing with a masculine, we do have 2 kings here. But just because you are feminine, you also carry masculine traits. We have feminine and masculine within all of us. But just so you know, here there are 2 kings on the board. And they both came in reverse. And the way I look at this for you is, like I said, there's a lot of thoughts. This king of air is all about logical approach, not so emotional. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. If it's in reverse, it can be kind of rigid and closed off and defensive. When I clarified it, I got the 7 of Wands for the king of air. So if this is someone else is really closed off emotionally because they are very guarded. Maybe they've been hurt, wounded. They're having to defend themselves. They feel like they have to defend themselves in some way. If this is you, however this resonates for you, I'm going to actually pull from my Moonology and see what kind of guidance we can get for this King of Air, Seven of Wands. Just kind of maybe loosen up this energy. What is some guidance? Okay. Wow. Okay. So this is Aries energy. Again, you might be dealing with an Aries. We have the Seven of Wands and we have a full moon in Aries here. This is Aries energy. And it says a fiery climax approaches. So I do believe that with this eclipse energy, there's going to be some big revelations around this potential fire sign. The guard may be coming down, maybe some harsh communication, some truths may be coming out around this communication. And then I'm going to also clarify this King of Water. So the King of Water is in the reverse with the Two of Swords being clarified here. So I think there's an emotional blockage and it's leading to this closed off kind of repressed emotion, needing to make a decision but not wanting to, and it's a very emotional decision. Again, both these kings are in reverse, so it's like this very detached energy. So if this is someone that you're dealing with, they're just detached from their emotions and they're not speaking or communicating very clearly. And there needs to be balance, right? You have this Pisces, full moon in Pisces of significance here. This is all about balance, spirituality, equality, practicality. So any sort of head over heart decision that you might need to make at this time, make sure that you are doing it with a balanced mindset, coming from a good, clear headspace and also from a good, clear heart. And if you need to find out how to do that, if you are dealing with someone that is detached at this time, this masculine figure, please connect with your crown, with spirit, and ask them for guidance. But there is balance. There is this climax. There is this coming forward that's approaching. This might have already happened as well. This might have come out in the open around the eclipse season, and now these things are being illuminated around this masculine figure. Okay, smack dab in the middle of these two kings here, we have this earth energy. This is Six of Earth. I'm actually going to read about this for you just to kind of see how it might connect with these kings. So this is all about family. So this, if you are feminine and this is your masculine and you're having this issue of this imbalance of communication and this blocked off energy, this is all about responsibility, duty to family. This is also this is like a father figure is what I'm getting. So this is all about care, love, support, leading by example, a time for sharing. So this is what you want from your divine masculine, or even just your divine feminine. Like I said, this is if you're dealing with a partnership here, this is what you're looking for, and this is what's going to bring balance is, someone taking responsibility for their part in the relationship. This is a time for protecting the rights of others. This is duty, responsibility. There needs to be some balance here. Six is all about balance. Six represents compassion, harmony, problem solving. So there needs to be this clearing of energy here, and it's all being brought to the forefront in July, and it's requiring a need to connect with your intuition. And I really got this big in the pre-shuffle before this card even came out. And your notes, I write notes for each sign. I wrote at the top of your notepad, intuition is key. So I think for you to really understand whoever this is, if this is you or someone else, you need to use your intuition and you need to connect with spirit, your guides, your angels, And you can do so with tarot as well, right? Bringing insight and clarity. And if you want to go a bit deeper, get more private reading, more personal, all my information is in the description box below, okay? We can help you tap into your intuition if you're having issues around that at this time. But yes, this person, if this is you that, you know, is coming to this understanding of these imbalances within yourself, you may have air in your chart or fire. But again, if it's someone else, there's this climax approaching here. And I do believe with this Aries energy, like I mentioned earlier, the Mars in Aries that is approaching in July, it's really going to be illuminating a lot of this energy, this defensiveness, this decision that needs to be made. And there's a need for someone to step up with this responsibility card. There is duty that needs to be served here, and it needs to be equal exchange, reciprocity. In the picture here, you see this man carrying this bowl of fruit, and I looked at it as like a gift. Someone needs to be more giving, open, receptive, not so closed off. There needs to be some coming together is what I'm getting and sensing here. So if there is this disconnection, Spirit's asking you to connect in with your intuition and open up your heart. We got the water card here. Water, this is your energy. If you are having issues with someone else, you know, the way that I look about it is if someone else is blocked off in any part of their chakras, you know, their communication, their heart, their solar plexus. You can find out all about that in my description box below if you don't know anything about chakra healing. But you can't really fight back against that by just kind of being a mirror. Sometimes being a mirror to someone is the biggest lesson, but there comes a time and a place where it becomes draining, right? When you're constantly just trying to mirror back their energy and it doesn't really fit who you are. So the best way that I can tell you to move through any heaviness is by being very discerning and direct, and also very receptive with this water card. Receptive to your needs and their needs, but also like it really is being honest with yourself, Cancer, with this intuition card. Really being honest. The end of illusionment with that Neptune retrograde, like we mentioned earlier, like you're not going to be able to live in your illusions anymore. So whatever sort of like creature comforts, you know, maybe you were just holding on to something because of some responsibility or duty with this card here, it might not longer be fitting anymore, or you might be coming to terms with that in the month of July, and finding ways to understand that through your intuition, because you are sensing that there's major blockages here. Ten of Air wants to pop out here. This is completion. This is feeling like you're at your wit's end with something, you know, and you're really wanting to end a cycle that's mentally challenging for you, and it's really conflicting is what I'm getting. This new beginning wants to come through for you, but you have to really understand these illusions that, you know, are coming up with this Neptune retrograde. In those, that eclipse energy, I think, really emphasized any sort of blockages that you might have been having in any sector of your life. Yes, Three of Swords wanted to pop out here. Yeah, there's definitely some heartbreak, some past pains that you are dealing with. It doesn't even have to be with a present relationship. It could have been just from way back in the past, you know. We've been healing a lot of our ancestral wounds with these retrogrades, especially Venus retrograde. You know, any sort of past love hurt, wounds that we might have been carrying into our future. We're realizing that, and we're coming out of that retrograde with a better understanding of, you know, how we love, how we want to be loved. All right, let's cut the deck and see what the tarot has for you. Okay. There's that Ace of Air again. Okay. Wow. Six of Water. That's that past card. So Six of Cups, Six of Water in reverse. This is the nostalgic card. This is water energy, which is you. I think you're looking at the past. Like I said, I just mentioned with the Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, all these planets retrograde. You've been looking back into the past, kind of past relationships, past pain, past hurts, some things coming up that you're wanting to be healed, illuminating some of these aspects of yourself, you know, these illusions, the cloudiness that you've been feeling. It's coming to light. And look at this beautiful meditation card falling right beneath the crown chakra card. So again, really emphasizing the importance for you, Cancer, to meditate. Take some time to connect with spirit, however you deem fit to that, like however you connect with spirit. Like I said, I provide some guided meditations in the description box. But if you do feel some blockages around your connection to spirit, I would love to assist you in a private reading on how we can actually connect you deeper to spirit, so you can illuminate these hidden truths, speak your truth, you know, and connect to your intuition. But if you already have a really deep connection with spirit, spirit's calling out to you and saying, I'm here. I'm here. I want to help you through this. I want you to complete this cycle in your life. I want you to clear away any sort of blockages. I want you to understand why other people have these blockages and know that you don't have to carry all this energy around with you, right? These 10 swords, you can let them go. And look at this. When this balance comes back into play with this connection to source and yourself, understanding the past and moving through the past to the present moment, you have this Two of Cups energy. So there's this soulmate here. So if we were speaking upon someone else with this masculine energy earlier, this is definitely a soulmate of yours. And soulmates come and go out of our lives. But when I see the Two of Cups show up, there is definitely a bond there, you know, whether it is present, past, future energy, it's something's there. And there's this beautiful truths being spoken, maybe finally coming to terms with some things like that weren't spoken upon, and now finally speaking the truth, coming out of that energy that where there was like blockages around communication. Because when I saw this King of Air earlier, like I said, King of Air is all about communication, right? And then there was that defensiveness with the Seven of Wands. But like I said, with this Mars energy coming up when Aries, I really feel like this is when that Ace of Air comes through for you, and you know, truth is really spoken. And if you or someone else feels that need to communicate, just know that spirit is going to be assisting you, and it's important to speak up, okay? Because someone or something in your life, whether that be you, someone else, feels like there's this unfulfilled wish. With the Star card in reverse, there is this deep desire to begin, right? The beginnings card is right above it. It's like they want to start new, they want to start fresh. Maybe this is something that you want to do, but you're feeling this blockage with the Star in reverse. And really it comes down to releasing these swords, these burdens, these anxieties, and definitely coming to terms with the truth. That's what I'm getting for you, Cancer, for the month of July. So if you'd like to go a bit deeper, like I said, reach out to me. This is your July monthly reading. I wish you all the best. This is your season. May you shine bright. And I hope and pray for the highest potential for you in the immediacy of now. These messages come to you with love and light. And I wish you all the best, Cancer. Be well.